Oh, yes, indeed. Let's go to Mississippi. Alright, finally made it in the stand. It's 3:45. Showed up to the camp. My grandpa's sitting in his truck waiting on me, so he's fired up. I'm fired up. We're ready to go. Got a southeast wind tonight. I'm hunting this food plot that I hunted quite a bit last year, because the first week of December I saw a nice 10-point here. Hunted him twice that weekend. The first night he was behind me in the dark. I shined my flashlight on him and he was feeding on acorns at 20 yards. And then the next evening I came out here and he stayed at probably 50 yards eating in this food plot. It just wasn't a shot I wanted to take on him. So I know this historically is a good spot for holding bucks. I shot 2 big bucks here during the rut. That buck that I was just talking about from last year, and around the same time he was in here, there was also a nice 8-point in here last year. And I passed him up. Kind of regretted it later. I wish I would have shot him later on as the year went by, but that's fine. We back in here. It's November 14th. The rut has not kicked off, but they are scraping and rubbing. The rut around here usually doesn't kick off until, I guess, you start seeing some real rut activity around mid-December, a little later. But historically, most of the big deer have been killed right around Christmas and right after New Year's. But you start seeing them chase here probably in the next 3-4 weeks. Basically, the wind is blowing this way off the corner of that field right there. There's a pond levee right there. I'm expecting the deer to come off of. They've historically come out of this corner right here and down this road. There's a bottom that comes up. That bottom is attached to this one over here. They'll come up out of that bottom into this little saddle right here and take this road into this food plot, or they'll just come straight up the point right in the corner of that food plot. So the wind is perfect for that. See what happens. I don't think she ran 20 yards. Came up that road. There's 3 of them back there. She came up that road that I said that the deer usually come up. That 8-point and 3 does were eating in that road so far tonight. So I'm assuming that it's a hot treat. Those other two does stayed there. Looked like 3 big does altogether. No fawns. Strange. But she broke off from them two and just beelined it straight over here. I'm fired up. First day in the new saddle. Just got the Phantom in yesterday. First day in the saddle. Man. I'm fired. Follow your mama. Guess my texts aren't going through. Texted him. Getting that ride though, boy. Oh, she's right there.
Yep, there she be. She's like you learn that first. I drive a truck, keep her out and drive a truck.
All right. All right. Swackers do the trick. Sweet. Let's see what kind of blood we had going on here. Yeah, this is where I heard her crash. Oh, wow. 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 See, and then no more this way. Huh. Strange. Yep. Anyway. There she be. Yeah, right there.
I'm glad you're getting in my truck, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I think Ray Charles is going to follow that blueprint.
Yeah. So it's the next day after I shot that doe. Shot her right there at the end of that road where the truck is. It's about 25 steps to where she fell. So roughly 20 yards. I'm coming over here to see what these deer were eating last night because every deer I saw did the same thing. They came up out of this bottom right here and they fed all around this area. Just want to see what kind of acorn tree it is. Oh wow. Just a red oak. It's a odd tree, I guess. Spent caps everywhere. Poo-poo. It's a good example of just a hot tree, I guess. Coming straight out of this drainage. It's just a good staging spot, I think. So they're down in this bowl right here. Land comes down on this side, and the land comes down on this side. The drainage comes straight up through here. And so I guess they just followed that drainage up, got to where these oaks are dropping here and fed here before they were gonna make their way to the food plot. And one thing else I noticed was the does went down this road to get to the food plot, or at least the one I shot did, and I expected the other ones to. The buck hooked around and went right, it seemed like, I guess, right on the upper third of this hill on the other side of the food plot, and then popped up at the end of the food plot and went in.